From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is 1011's Morning Pulse.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.
Good morning. This is Craig Allison with your Morning Pulse for Wednesday, February 26th. Our first story this morning on the national side, and a narrow 217 to 215 vote, the budget plan, paving the way for President Trump's legislative agenda passed out of the House. It instructs committees to craft legislation that would cut $4.5 trillion in taxes and at least $1.5 trillion in spending. Back home, mixed reactions. The Nebraska Hospital Association releasing a statement saying in part, quote, House Republicans voted on a budget framework that sets the stage for devastating cuts to healthcare in Nebraska, especially in rural communities. But on the other side of that, all of Nebraska's congressional delegation voted in favor of this move. Your second story, new this morning, Lincoln Fire and Rescue putting out a small fire inside an apartment building in northeast Lincoln. Crews were called to the area of 50th and Walker a little after 1:45 a.m. LFR tells us firefighters found a small fire in a hallway and now tells us it caused about $5,000 in damage, but they quickly put it out. People inside were evacuated and no injuries have been reported, but while the investigation is ongoing, they are not ruling out arson as a cause to the fire. Third story, 21-year-old Alvarita Campbell of Lincoln, the man who police say shot a 19-year-old outside an apartment just a mile or so from our station, is taking a plea deal, seeing some of his most serious charges reduced. Back in June of 2024, police say an argument near 54th and Vine spilled over, with Campbell shooting at a car with 3 people inside, hitting one of them in the chest. He will be sentenced in early April and faces up to 3 years in prison. Fourth story, we have some new details for the funeral service for Nebraska State Trooper Kyle McCasey, who was killed last Monday while responding to a crash on I-80 south of Ashland in a snowstorm. It starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow in West Lawn Hillcrest Funeral Home. The entire route will close starting at 8:30 a.m. until the final vehicle passes through. And it ends at Liberty First Credit Union Arena in Ralston, where the funeral service is planned for 11 a.m. and the public is welcomed to attend. Wrapping things up with your final story, Southwest Airlines flight from Omaha narrowly missing a private jet crossing the runway, as you can see right here from that video. Our sister station spoke with 3 different people on the flight going to Chicago, and all 3 used the same word to describe this situation that just happened there: calm.
It was pretty amazingly calm on the flight. You know, everyone just kind of looked around and just, okay, this ain't normal, but nobody panicked. Nobody panicked at all.
Southwest released a statement shortly after the close call saying in part, quote, the crew followed safety procedures and the flight landed without incident, end quote. The FAA and the NTSB are investigating the incident. That is your Morning Pulse for this Wednesday morning. We'll wrap things up with a look at your 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to 1011's Morning Pulse. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.